the truth. I answered. Jesus answered. Before Abraham was born, I am. John 5:858.
Amen.
Together, we spoke the word, and it was so. Through our words, everything came into being.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him, nothing that is made has been made.
Amen.
John 1, verses 1 through 3.
Amen.
In order to share of ourselves with the motive of our pure love, we created the universe together and everything in it.
All things were created by him. Things in heaven and on earth, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things were created by him and for him. Jesus, Colossians 1:16.
Amen.
With the purpose of love, we created mankind, even though we knew they would reject us and bring sin into the world. Sin that would bring darkness to the world, a spiritual death to all people. Sin that would put a separation between them and us. But still, our love for them is as powerful and eternal as we are. My dear son, my only son, we let the people know that one day you would come down to be a light to that world of darkness. We sent the people our word, messages to be written down for the people, to let them know of our love, and that soon you would come to earth to save them.
But you, Bethlehem and Ephrathah, though you are small amongst the clan of Judah, out of you will come from me, whose rulers are whose rulers who will be ruler of Israel, whose origins are from ancient times. Micah 5:2.
We sent prophets to bring the good news that one day he would arrive as the rightful king, a perfect sacrifice to save the world from the sin that they had brought in.
Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, daughter of Jerusalem. See your king comes to you, righteous and having salvation. Gentle and riding on a donkey, on a colt the foal of a donkey. Zechariah 9:9.
You, my son, will be born in Bethlehem. This will be one of the signs that the prophecies are being fulfilled, a sign to all people, that we will carry out everything that we have promised to them. My one and only son, my dear precious son, now is the time that you must go, as a light to those living in the world of darkness. It is time to sacrifice all the comforts of paradise and leave your heavenly throne.
But when the time had fully come, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under law. Galatians 4:4.
Amen.
You will still be fully God, but you will also become fully man, with earthly limitations.
His word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the one and only glory, full from the power, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14.
My precious son, in obedience you chose to be the ultimate sacrifice, to come down to earth as humble as a servant. You chose to leave all majesty and be a servant to all mankind.
Being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing. Taking the nature of the servant, but made himself nothing. But in human likeness. Philippians 2:6-7.
All right.
And not only that of a servant, you chose to become something which would be despised and further rejected.
You, my son, will be born. He grew up before him like a tender shoot, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him. Nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, and familiar with suffering, like one from whom men hide their faces. He was despised. He was esteemed from not. Isaiah 53:2-3.
Amen. Amen.
And still you will remain obedient and will reach out to the people on my behalf. You will be going to them to represent me in the flesh, so that they will have the opportunity to observe a living example.
Jesus said to them, if God were your Father, he would love me. I came from God, and now I am here. I have not come on my own, but he sent me. John 8:42.
And still you will remain obedient to my will, even unto death, even knowing that in death, while taking on all the sins of all mankind, I will have to turn away from you. I will have to leave you there all alone. But this is the only way they can be saved. I love them so much, I am willing to send you to do this very thing, to be the perfect sacrifice, to die for them in their place, and pay for their sins. Turning away from you, as you do this very thing, is what will bring me the greatest pain. This will be your greatest suffering, but I love them so very much.
When Jesus spoke to the people again, he said, As we have seen and testified that the Father has sent his Son to be the Savior of the world. 1 John 4:14.
Amen.
For I have come down from heaven, not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. John 6:38.
Amen.
To carry out my will so that all people would have the opportunity to put sin away and come to me. With the purpose of love, we created the universe, only to be rejected by those we created. With the purpose of love, you will come down to earth to save, knowing you will be rejected again. But our purpose is to be carried out. It is time. It is time for you to go. My son, my one and only son, how dear and precious you are. You have gone to a world of darkness to be a light to all people.
When Jesus spoke to the people again, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 8:12.